Alrighty, let's take a look. See. Leo, my friend. Oh, there's an echo. Okay, I had to mute that. What's up, my friend? How is life? How are you? Let me just test some stuff out. 1 second. Let me just make sure that I'm streaming on YouTube as well. Life's good. Shy, good day. Am I streaming on this thing as well? Let me check your channel. Yep, I am. Great. Max, good day, good evening, my friend. Let me just see how it looks. I've never actually checked my stream on YouTube. Alright, so it's not too horrible. Okay, yeah. So it is 1440p. I would expect it to look a bit better. Okay. Alright, well, whatever. How are you guys? How's life? So I did a bit of work off stream today, right? I fixed some things and I allowed, so right now you can basically, as you saw on Discord, you can sign up now without yeah, exactly. I think I just needed, yeah. The thing is, that's why I need to build this platform right live, because I need feedback, right? And it was clear to me that at the very least, those minimum limits characters were useless, right? Like, for example, like, you know, like at least you need to put at minimum this many characters. I've noticed that people actually hate that a lot, right? So that was for sure not a great idea, right? First and last name and stuff like that. Hopefully, I mean, if this platform ever sees any reasonable light of the day, then maybe people are gonna... Little Leon, good evening, Vlada, my friend. So we'll see, right? We'll see. But for now, yeah, I've removed that requirement basically. So now you basically just need to provide your username and tags, right? And the rest of the stuff you can leave out if you wish. Yeah. With that said, right, where's my backlog? Didn't I have that opened? Backlog. Yeah, this thing, right? Yeah, so with that said, yeah, so we need to we'll continue basically with the courses and yeah, so as we build new features, right, I will be also spending time aside just maintaining, fixing bugs and stuff, and improving existing stuff, reacting to obviously bugs and stuff. Let me just take a look. Did anything actually happen here? I'm also spending a lot of hours now on a weekly basis learning Grafana and Prometheus better. Or to say more specifically, just the query language of Grafana, right? So I'm doing that already. It's kind of strange. Yeah, so actually this is good. So we are not getting actually any 500s at least. So let's say past 24 hours. So we only had one 500. And then I'll need to kind of dig more into it, right? Yeah, we had only 500. Let's take a look here. Last 2 days. Had 2 500. So yeah, I'll be kind of spending some time in the future kind of just getting better at building those dashboards now that we obviously can build. Let me just check if there's any anomalies here. So the event loop lag is 19 milliseconds current and the average is 16. That's, I guess, fine. CPU, is there any high jumps? I actually saw in the logs, right? I saw that some asshole, it was either bots or something like that, right? Because if I show you, so if I go to my Grafana Explorer, right? If we go Explore and we say select, let me show you something, right? So we go select Loki, right? We say file name is this, right? And we can pretty much just run this thing, right? So we can see the logs over here, right? So what I actually saw that there was like some WordPress crap, right? Let's actually search for it. We could write a query just for those, but where were those? Let's just say, is the programmers tab sorted in the way that the most recent? Yeah, the most recent is on the top. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Pretty much, yes. I'm still learning this query thing, right? I'm still learning Grafana query language, right? But let me just see. So we actually get this, but that's not what I really want. So let me just try the JSON formatter here, actually. So let's say JSON. And then we can say, but that's not quite what I want. That's also the problem, right? Because we can get the level message. So let's actually say here is this is 404, right? So if we kind of run this query, we can see that, no, that's not what I actually wanted. Is there like a time last 24 hours maybe? Yeah, exactly. Give me 2 seconds before we start coding. And then I guess we could try writing some regular expression or something, but I'm still kind of suck at this query thing, right? So can I say line format dot URL is like something like, can we do that? We do this and we say something like, can I do something like this, right? Well, I actually can. Okay, wait. Hello guys, just want to ask if you have anybody experienced with React Native with Expo. Not me, George. I'm not experienced in Expo, unfortunately. No. The problem with this version of Grafana, Leo, and Neo4j, sorry, not Neo4j, ChatGPT is that ChatGPT's data is too old. It's like 2 years old, right? And this is the latest version of Grafana I'm running, right? That is the slight problem, right? I mean, we could try, right? So we could try. Let me see. I just wanted to, before we start coding today, I need a Grafana. I need a Grafana. It's Face. Thank you very much, man. As always. Good evening to you as well, dude. Appreciate it. Happy to see you here, man. As always. I need a Grafana query that's gonna show me all the logs that contain VP or WordPress in a URL. This is what I tried. Let's see now. And then we're gonna start coding our stuff. Let me just kind of figure this out. Try to figure this out. Line format URL. Yeah. Well, so we were not far-fetched, I guess, right? I guess. Let's see. Let's just see if it's gonna like this. I think we almost kind of wrote it properly. The only thing is, why is it not finding anything? Let's try to go to the builder and also say here plus select label job is equal to Fastify. I don't think this should make any difference. No, it doesn't. Okay, so if we go to the code builder again, scan for older logs. Okay. Chica, my dear friend, good evening. We're gonna be hacking on courses and some other stuff potentially. I'm just trying to figure something out because I saw a bunch of random logs in the API, and I think it's either bots or some malicious asshole, right? Somebody was kind of doing probing, right, on the API, trying to access WordPress files. I mean, obviously, we're not running WordPress, but I just want to kind of get good at Grafana so we can slowly, as those things, this is the best. This is kind of going back to, as I always say, you know, the best way to learn is to do, right? So as those things happen, I want to utilize those amazing tools. This is why when you're building a side project of this scale, you have this beautiful opportunity to use tools like this. So now, you know, I'm using Loki and Grafana and those things, right? Right. So it's just I want to kind of learn the query language as a side effect of that, because it's not rocket science. I saw them today, Stormix, right? I think I saw them because there is a bunch of log, obviously, right? There's a bunch of logs, right? Like if we obviously remove the filtering here, we should see a lot of logs, right? We can see them here, and I think this happened approximately somewhere. Let me see, where was this huge spike, right? Was it here? Yeah, I think it was here, yeah. So if I could narrow down, when was this, right? Can I like narrow the logs here? It's almost like there's some discrepancy here. Yeah, actually, yeah. So let's say, yeah, obviously this is not correct. So what's this time? What's the time here? So this was 53. Yeah, super strange, right? I don't know how to do it, I must admit, right? But we can clearly see that they were logs, right? I mean, without a question. Let's refresh this shit. Let's run that again. Let's say past 24 hours, right? So we can see a bunch of logs past 24 hours, right? And let's try to search for it. Let's see if is there some pagination here or something, right? Older logs. Okay, yeah. So let's search for WordPress. So let's try more. Oh yeah. So here they are. Here some of them are here, right? You can see them, like you can actually. So I just want to kind of make sure that I don't leave this to nothing. It's like, yeah, whatever, right? You can see that they were either bots or some asshole, right, trying to probe some stuff, right? So you can see there was a bunch of, so I would like to kind of write a query, right? Right, so I would like to write a query, right? At least like to learn. So let's actually, I think I learned today that I can, in fact, here in Grafana, here in Grafana, I think I can copy one of those lines, right? Yeah, exactly. So, and then let's go here. This is the one of the log lines that I would like to run the query against. Let's see. Good evening, hackers. Good evening, Alex, my friend. Ah, I see. Okay, so let's try this. I don't know. Then we're gonna read what it actually said. So if we change this query here. Ah, shit, I was almost. Ah, okay, let's try 24 hours. Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't return anything, right? Like, yeah, give me a second. So I see that the log line is in JSON format. In that case, you should modify the query to use the appropriate JSON fields instead of, here's an updated version. The query searches for logs in the specified file, parses each log line as JSON, and then matches the URL field against a regular expression, right? But it doesn't kind of work, right? So I don't actually know why it doesn't work. Let's try, maybe increase the time range. No. Yeah, I don't actually know, right? Because you see why I never tried URL, because if I try IntelliSense here of Grafana, right, you can see that what I actually get when I parse JSON is just those fields. Let me zoom in a bit. So it's a file name, host name. So there's no URL here, right? Yeah, there isn't one indeed. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There isn't one, right? That's the thing. That's why I use this line format, because I tried to, right, match against the message. I see. Okay, let's go here. Can you match against message instead? It seems that URL label doesn't exist. Yeah, let's see. Again, yeah. So let's try this now instead. let's say last 24 hours. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Stormix, you kick ass, man. Thank you. You kick ass. So you said it. You said it, and then I just even ChatGPT agreed with you. So yeah, okay. So we can see basically that sometimes today we had this crap. So this morning there were like 16 logs. And this is just also for some of you, you can see how Loki can be useful, right? So no, basically I have my Loki now reading consuming my Fastify logs, right? So this can be useful for debugging, right? So you can see that today at 12 o'clock approximately, right? What was it? 11:46, right? Approximately. You know, we got those random requests. So probably it's a bot or of some sort or something to the API, right? And before we move on and start coding, let me just try to understand why this worked. Because thank you, Stormix. I just need to understand why this worked so I actually know what happened. So what do we have? So where's one of those things? Yeah, okay, so message. So it's part of the message. So everything seems to be part of the message. So basically, interesting. So message is like, it seems that my Fastify essentially attaches everything to a message, I suppose, right? Let's see, right? It messages like a main thing where anything custom might end up, right? I guess. Because if we take a look at my error handler, right? So what I basically did a day or two ago, right? Now, whenever the error that we don't actually, any exception that happens that ends up in an error handler, when it happens, I'm essentially logging this stuff. So now I wonder, how is this gonna actually be parsed by my tooling, right? That would be interesting to see, right? Yeah, give me 1 second. Just need to. I ordered this material today for standing, because I mean I'm standing literally 8 hours a day when I'm working, so my feet is starting to hurt. Okay, but either way, right? Let me just save this query like this. So let me just, can I save the query or something? Add to dashboard. Yeah, so let's add this to a dashboard, right? Let's say existing dashboard. Let's say API logs, open dashboard, right? So let's just add this stuff, hopefully here, right? And we can say this, right? And then I will learn this on my own. Thank you, Stormix. It's just let's not do it now. How do I save this? Where's my amazing say, right? It's just yeah, I'm actually quite impressed by Grafana, honestly, and all of this tooling. So actually having a lot of fun on daily basis now, past 3 days. Just playing with it, trying to understand the you know, hardware level components and getting into things, really fun, really fun. Save dashboard. Say API logs, yeah, okay. Okay, let's go to our dashboards now. Let's go API logs, just to make sure that it's saved. Okay, now we have this WordPress scrap here, just for me later. Let me just rename it. Let's call this WordPress probing or whatever. I don't know. I literally invented this terminology now. Let me just save this. Let's apply it. I mean, I should have clicked save, but whatever. And let's do this, right? And then we can start hacking. You don't like working sitting down? I think I would lie if I would say that I don't. But I think it's way healthier if you stand, if you get used to standing, right? So I think generally for your back, but again, that's so today, right? I ordered today I actually ordered finally Obi, my friend. So today basically I ordered a new thing, right? So today I basically ordered this thing, right? Just to make it a bit easier for me to stand, right? Because yeah, it's kind of, yeah, it's not. It's a mixed world. I'm not psychiatrist, whatever is it called in English. So don't listen to my medical advice, please, by no means. I'm just saying what works for me. And I like to stand when I work. Is it gonna work for you? I guess I don't actually know. Let me not talk about things that I have zero idea about, okay? I'm not a doctor, so don't ask me. But generally, yeah, I like to stand. I like to stand. Okay, great. Yeah, so let's kind of continue now, I guess, where we stopped. And then probably tomorrow, or we'll see, actually, probably not tomorrow, but at one point we need to start implementing access control. So we'll probably in a 1 or 2 streams, right? We'll need to implement Castle, right? So we'll start implementing something like this soon, right? And we'll need to do this right. We need to implement a very extensive permission role-based system, right? Because we'll need permissions for pretty much if I go to programmer network, right? So if we log out, right? So once we finish this hopefully this week, and once we start doing projects and meetups and podcasts are probably going to come at the very end, but all of those features like job boards, companies, organizations, meetups, projects, they're going to need permission role-based stuff, right? Because we can already see that that we need that already with now with what's it called, courses, right? So we'll need to kind of start implementing that soon as well. And I think we might end up using Castle. There was something else. I don't remember. I don't remember what was it. Something bin. ACL JavaScript, right? Let's just search for ACL. Or let's say Castle JS alternatives. What was it? There was something else. Node. Yeah, it is cache bin JS, right? Why? Yeah. No, it's not. No. Actually, I don't remember. Fuck it. Okay, anyway, that's just some heads up. So in a couple of days we'll be doing this. All right. Okay, cool. Let's head on. So basically, let's. I think right before I started streaming, I saw that I couldn't. So my first course, Casbin, yeah, Casbin, exactly. Yeah, Casbin, exactly. You're absolutely right. Yes, amazing. I remember at Dream Data where I work, I actually implemented my own version of Castle.js. I just built a small library manually, but I've been looking at this for a long time, and I think this is also pretty good. I think Node.js. Node Caspin, yeah. We'll see, right? But yeah, it's gonna be either this or it's gonna be Castle.js, right? All right, so one thing that I saw here is that for whatever reason, yeah, it doesn't really get this description. So let's kind of, yeah, let's start hacking away now. Let's close all of the gibberish that we have. Dashboard, courses, forms, course, I guess this one, right? Description must be at least. Oh wow, okay, so we have so what I learned, guys, if you saw on Discord what I wrote today, right? So one thing that I've learned, and maybe it's a good lesson for everybody, right, is that let me just put a heart in this. It's a good lesson for everybody, right? Is that I think having those minimal lengths is just a bad idea in general, right? So if you're building a product of some kind, what I guess learned from this journey of Programmer Network is that don't force people to put stuff in, right? Yes, you can have max lengths because you don't want, that's philosophical and up to you, but this sort of crap is very, very annoying, right? So I think I'm gonna make one how would I call it, a rule for this project is I'm not going to be enforcing anything unless it's meaningful, right? So let's kind of get rid of this, right? That's what I guess wanted to say. So let's have that there. Another thing is that I think this duration, course duration, is a bit useless metric. So I think I'm gonna actually, get rid of the duration as well, because I couldn't find the reason in it when I'm like, yeah. What is a progressive web app? It's basically a semi-native app in a Chromium, in a Chrome browser. So imagine that you wrap your front-end application in a Chrome window, basically. So that's what it is. And it can, you know, and you can have some quite interesting, you can have offline support, you can have a lot of nice things out of it. Exactly, Pepper. Exactly. That's what I learned, but I wanted to learn it the hard way, if I can put it that way, right? In a way, that's why I waited a couple of weeks. Because I wanted to kind of be sure that my assumptions are correct. And then also yesterday somebody also kind of commented on that on the stream, and I'm like, okay, great. This was a good kind of good. It was good for me to hear that yesterday in one of the streams, because it was just a confirmation of what I thought for a couple of weeks now, right? So yeah. Okay, and let's go to use Postgres. This project is not open source, no, at least not now. As I always say, is it going to be in the future? Who knows, right? As they say, never say never, right? So I'm not gonna say never, but right now, yeah, for now, it would not, no. All right, testing, course, some description. Do you know if there's any VS Code extension that shows in real time what's yeah, there is something. Yes, there is something. I mean, you can of course use a debugger, right? Like you should use a debugger anyway. But there is something. I think it's called. It's not called Wallaby.js, but I think it's made by the same team like Wallaby.js. Let me actually find it. It's called. Shit, man, what was the name of it? You're not gonna get, of course, something that's in the hook, right? That's way too complicated, right? What was the name, man, of that? Quokka.js. Yeah, here it is. So basically, Quokka.js is kind of like a console, right? It evaluates your code as you write it, right? This is not free plugin, right? You have to buy it. But yes, as you can see here, you can see live results of something. Can you get it out of, you know, a hook or whatever? I don't actually know. I don't remember, right? But this is closest to what you're looking for, I think. This is closest to what you want, right? It's quite an interesting and potentially useful plugin. It's not cheap though, right? It's actually they do have some free stuff, but I think so it's around 50 euros, let's say, right? I don't know, maybe this works with hooks, right? Depending, right? Hooks are just functions as well, right? So they're nothing but simple functions, right? That, you know. But how does it work with asynchronous code and stuff? I don't know, right? I don't remember. I don't know how it works with asynchronous code, right? That's the thing. Okay, let's get going. Like, so what the hell is happening? First, we shouldn't be. So if this actually fails, we shouldn't be redirecting anyway. So that's one issue. Let's see what happened here. Ah, okay. Yeah, I guess we forgot to remove. Yeah. So let's go over here to courses. Let's go to controller. No, let's go to the router. Let's say create course. And over here, we'll need to update this stuff. So there's really no duration anymore, right? So we'll get rid of that duration, and we'll get rid of that. But before we actually do that, right? Gloharski, my friend, good evening. But before I fix that, let's fix the front end, because front end is prematurely redirecting, which means we're not really reacting to the response from the API, right? You can see when I click this, right? It shouldn't be doing that. So let's fix that before we fix the actual problem, right? Disrespect. Thank you very much, man. So where is it? Create form, yes. Course form, yes, exactly. La la la. Where what do we actually call? We call, okay, over here, right? So are those, what are those actual things? Course form, right? Are you creator of Fastify? No. Matteo Malina is an Italian guy, I believe. He is the creator of Fastify, and he's like probably 16 times better engineer than I am. But I guess that's a compliment. Thank you, man. What did I want to do? Yeah, so let's go to courses. That guy is great, by the way. That guy is great. He's a very good guy. He's a very good guy. Yeah, here it is, right? So over here. Ah, I see. So we potentially shouldn't be calling this, right? Interesting. So wait a minute. So handle create, yeah. So we're, yeah, set course, sure. I see. So the problem is basically that we prematurely set this, right? So what we actually want to do is we want to do this here, right? Let's not use finally actually here at all, right? So that's a simple one. Let's just fix that, and then let's fix the API, right? So da la la la, bam. No, that's still actually wrong. What the hell is going on? So catch, we could not fetch your. So why is it? Did I update the wrong thing? Yeah, I did. Okay. I did handle create. So this is what we wanted to update, right? Yep. So let's kind of get rid of that, right? And yeah, let's call this here. Cool. Yeah. All right. Give me 2 seconds. All right, cool. Okay, let's go back here now again. Yeah, okay, good. Well, that's at least good. Right now, also, we're doing something wrong here, right? And we are clearing the, also prematurely clearing this stuff, right? So where is this happening? Yeah, just a very tiny, very silly things, right? So yeah, I guess we're clearing it here, right? And that's problematic, right? So let's try that again. Yeah. So yeah, so we shouldn't really be doing that. Okay, I see. All right, and then let's go fix the API, right? And this is what's wrong. So we no longer actually need a duration, right? And now we should be back on track. Let's actually not provide that. Yep, that's good. It's a bit messed up now with this text. We messed a lot of stuff up. Actually, let's fix that layout. Yeah. Okay, so good. Let's go back here and let's go to courses, I guess. Let's close that. Courses, components, views, course, right? So that's this where we have to actually get to. And if we scroll a bit down somewhere over here, yeah. Let me see what we actually got to work with here. All right, cool. And what's happening with that text? That's getting all messed up. I guess this break all is messing it up. Yeah. And then I suppose we have this guy, which for some reason is getting also messed up a bit. Edit alt max width. So let's just actually not use that crap at all. Let's just say width. Let's also say here width of what is 6L 1152. Yep. Let's go to, what was it? What were we using as an example? What is called egghead, right? Just so we can actually copy paste some stuff. Build real-time chat tab with remix and something. Okay, cool. Let's do that just so we have something. All right. Let's go and just grab some of this text as an example. So we create a, now let's create a section introduction. Create this. Let's add some lectures. Yeah. Let's go to our YouTube channel and get some stuff. Content. Yeah, let's just use this video. Amazing. And we're gonna do that. Let's go to lorem ipsum. And then what I'm actually gonna try doing, I guess, we'll see. So create. Let's just add another one just for fun. And then in this one we can add a bit more stuff. And let's call it setting up remix project. And I think then we're good. And we should do this really with Faker because this is a super mega waste of time. Let me just take different videos so we can see that they're changing when we, yeah. All right, cool. So that's fine, right? Let's go over here now. So we get here, build introduction. So this is, yeah, okay. So let's kind of start, let's continue here now. So let's go to views, courses, and no, we actually need course details, right? Yeah. Let's close this up. No, this is not it. Jesus Christ, man. What the hell? This is landing something, landing, right? Courses landing. Yeah, it's this one. All right, cool. So let's get over here and let's get rid of that. How do you spell that? Why am I not getting? Is that how you spell it? Yeah, I think I spelled it properly. Yeah. Let's just figure some stuff out here, just some sort of layout or whatever. Author. Actually, it really looks super shitty, but I just don't know. How did we actually do it here in the mockups? I see. I see. Okay, so let's kind of do it then like that. Let's not massive waste of time. Massive waste of time. So let's move this crap. Oops. Let's not save. So let's move it here. So we move it there. Let's get rid of this, and yeah, actually let's leave that there. We actually need some description for this course, because I'm sure that people will describe their courses when they make them, right? So let's go lorem ipsum, just so we can have some placeholders, right? So let's get over here. Let's do that. Let's get back here. So now we have that as well. And how did those guys have it? So they have that, how many students are enrolled, and who created the course, right? Okay, let's do something like that, I suppose, as well. Is coding with Udemy tutorial in general a good idea? I mean, you can ask the same question about any book, right? You should just be coding, right? And building things, and you know, there's no rules where is it good to learn from. Knowledge is good always, right? So if you find a course that you like, then yes, it's good. If you find a course that you don't like, then well, it's not good, right? So this cannot be answered in a general way, right? What is a Udemy, right? It's like saying, is an item that I buy on Amazon good, right? Which item, right? There's good courses, there's bad courses, there's good mentors, there's bad mentors, and then there's relativity, right? Everything's relative to you, right? What one might perceive as a great course, you might say this is the most horrible course, right? So everything's relative, right? Like how your brain works, what type of explanation you like, etc., right? So it's really more about, yeah. Everything's relative, right? Okay, so yeah. So let's actually leave that then as such, right? And maybe we should indeed. Thank you everybody for your follows, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go back here. You should find a single course or a single source of knowledge and stick to it, no matter how it is, right? When I was learning programming, you know, when I was very young, I remember it was PHP 3, so I tried Pascal first, and then I think Visual Basic 6, and then it was PHP 3. This was literally more than 20 years ago, and I got this book from my dad's friend, and that book was like a holy book to me, right? I remember I read that book 15 times when I was a kid, because video lessons online barely existed, right? There was nothing. And now today, when I look at what exists on the internet, I feel I was blessed, right? Because I had that one single book and that was it. And then I remember there was like a PHP had their official documentation. They had this website, right? And then, you know, and as I got a bit more older, I got a C++ book, right? And then I did the same with the C++ book. But today, you know, people who are learning to program, there's so much content online that it's no surprise that nobody can focus on anything, right? There's just so much crap all over the place. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. So I don't blame you for feeling like that, right? It makes sense, right? Makes sense. Makes all the sense. But again, you need to find a resource and stick to it. That's it really. There isn't much more to say, to be very frank with you, right? Find one thing and stick to it, right? That's it. Don't, as I always say, I'm not trying to be a smartass or an asshole, right? Even though deep inside, I am an asshole and I know that. But again, don't overthink it, man. Don't overthink it. Programming is no different than if you've been learning history, geography, or anything like that. You have to sit and build, right? And that's really all that you need to do. Everything else is just bullshit, right? So you need to find something that asks you to build and just build it, right? So just find some resource that's teaching you through building things, right? Reading things, watching me code, watching someone else code. Unless you do that afterwards yourself, it's meaningless, right? Yes, you will be able to repeat my words and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it's not open source, no. So right, so at the end of the day, this is a craft. This is, you can either do it or you can't. There's no, you know. Boss, I'm working on courses. I'm still working on courses, basically. Okay, I actually don't like that. Jesus Christ, man. Come on. Pissing me off, man. I do not need help. No, thank you very much. Well, okay, that's too... need help with what exactly? That was a very premature answer. Need help with what? What help can you offer? I don't actually know where to put this crap, man. No, and I don't think we're finishing it today, for sure not, right? But definitely making progress. But this feature we're not gonna finish. I don't like that at all, actually. Kind of sucks ass. I don't know why I don't like it, but I just don't. That's the problem. Yeah, I don't like that. Raise, thank you very much, man, for the follow. Maybe we should have used different component, but whatever, right? We'll see. It doesn't actually matter. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're now getting to the point, right, where we need to do both. So the feature is here pretty much, right? We need to now start actually, we're now getting to the point of needing to do both, right? Because now the style, it's slowly what's missing, right? What the fuck is going on? So now the style is, and the layout is what's actually starting to miss, right? So it's kind of both. Okay, well, screw it. I don't actually know. So we're gonna leave it for now as is. We actually haven't done, Jesus Christ. We haven't really done anything there. Yeah, so we have this kind of view. It's pretty difficult now to do it and maintain our level of simplicity, right? But in a way, we are kind of there. You can create this. Now we'll need to do now we'll have to deal with access and roles and stuff. But in a way, yeah, now you can actually do that, right? Add section. This is another section. Let's add another lecture. Let's put some video. Let's grab this. Right. Yes, video is wider because the emphasis is on the video, right? So this is that's why it's wider, right? And it should be. That's what you're going to be looking at, right? I've been working now for, this is I think 16th year that I'm working, so I'm not really under any pressure. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's actually not. I deal with things normally, right? I'm maybe I can give you a less horrible answer if you kind of ask a bit more specific question, right? What sort of pressure, right? You know, if you don't have balance in life in general, right, you're gonna feel some sort of pressure, right? I don't know, as I'm always honest, I have a wife, amazing wife, I have a kid, great job, doing well, right? So in that sense, I don't feel pressure. Now, the only pressure that I do feel is my own mind, which is wanting to do too many things. Like, you know, I want to do this project as well, aside from work, right? So it kind of depends what type of pressure, right? The only pressure that I have is self-imposed pressure of having, I wish I have more time to also do this aside from my work, right? So, but I don't have any other pressure. I don't feel any pressure, no. And I don't feel pressure because I try to stay in control of things in my life, right? That's how I deal with pressure, right? I don't fuck around, I work hard, I don't spend 10 hours a day playing video games, and which is why I don't deal with pressure, right? Yeah, so every time I click, right, every time I click one of those things, I set that specific item in state, right? That's how, right? So for each click, I set that object in state, right? That's how. Now I'm just thinking, so what else do we actually still have to do in this view? That's why I'm a bit procrastinating, right? Resource, so we're not gonna have this in version 1 in the MVP. So for the MVP, we almost have everything we want, right? Now we'll obviously need some permissions and stuff and and obviously we'll need to deal with style. But in simple words, I mean, yeah, I think we do for the most part have the basic kind of functionality for the first version of this feature. We have the reviews that actually, actually, so maybe, yeah, we need to still implement that. We'll need to obviously do styling and stuff. It would, yeah, it would, but that's irrelevant. That's not an important detail, sure, right? That's for the first version of this feature. That's absolutely relevant. Yes, you're absolutely right. We cannot build, the whole medium experience in I don't know, 4 streams, right? We need to build the product in a pragmatic and agile way, right? So we're gonna release first version, then we're gonna write some courses, then we're gonna improve it over time, right? Otherwise we would never release anything, right? So yes, there's a million things you can do here. We're gonna, obviously have the progress, so once you finish a lesson, you can mark it as done and stuff, but those are all nice to have. They're not mandatory. The most mandatory thing is that we can build the basic version, right? So I can actually start recording some courses, getting people to watch them and stuff. And then as the time goes by, right, for example, this is gonna be, for us, this is gonna be landing page for courses, right? I'm not gonna spend now 3 streams doing this, putting a search bar, categories and stuff. Which categories for what course, right? So we're gonna build things as right? We'll see if we're gonna even get enough of courses, right, on this landing page, right? So then we're gonna add the necessary features, like, okay, find course by technology, by this. But until we get there, it would be ridiculous to work on that, right? It's like we don't have any courses right now, right? Okay, so having this basic now layout and stuff working, right? The question now is, what do we do next, right? And of course, you could technically leave a review on a course, right? Let's actually go to my API. Let's go over here. Let's leave a few reviews. Maybe we can actually build that view now. So we go to ratings, and let's add some ratings. Rateable ID 1, and I think we'll need a new JSON Web Token, right? So let's go over here, and let's grab a cookie, right? So let's do this. Let's go to headers, cookie. Let's replace this stuff. So let's add few ratings, right? Because we didn't build the form for adding them. Do you never feel the need for more space with another one? No, I do not. No, I mean, I have obviously 2 huge screens here, but at work, at Dream Data, I only work on my MacBook Pro, on my 13-inch one. Maybe you need to Max. Maybe you need to work a bit on your virtual desktops, and you can see how I switch between 3 different screens here, right, in 2 seconds, right? So you need to maybe work on that, right? You can see how quickly you can utilize, multiple desktops as I am, right? So maybe that's gonna give you more space, right? Okay, so let's move those reviews actually down, right? So course landing page, and then let's implement that. So we do this rating thing. Let's smack it in here. And then maybe we can actually try to fetch them already, right? So let's actually go, wait a minute. So this would be, where's our ratings model or table, right? Ratings, right? Add rating, update rating. Yeah, so we need to implement another endpoint, right? So let's call it get ratings, yeah. And then this is gonna be rateable ID, right? So we're gonna have to say rateable ID. Find, right? Find where rateable ID, yeah. thing is, yeah, the biggest problem with this is going to be access, right? Because yeah, that's going to be kind of the last thing that we'll have to do, because right now, right, you actually no, so this is fine for this one, it's fine, but for some other thing, okay, let's forget that. Let's keep on going. So we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna go to the controller here, to the actual router, my bad, and let's just say here get, let's say dot get, let's say here rate. Oh shit, yeah, that's actually true, right? So yeah, get ratings. That's actually pretty true, right? So here we'll need that, but we'll also need rateable type, right? And then schema is going to be something else, right? So let's say here. Yeah, we'll see about that. Okay. Yeah, that is relatively fine, right? But we're missing this. So we have the params, but we don't really have the response, right? And then this is going to be type array, properties, type object, and then we'll need $3,000. Thank you very much. So actually, no, it's going to be this, right? Okay. So pretty much it's gonna be something like that, right? Yeah. 25 gold. Good evening, buddy. How's life? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Get rating schema, so that's okay. Let's replace that here. Let's do it like this. Let's now go ahead and let's create it in our Thunder client over here, right? So let's create another one, ratings. So let's create a new request. Let's call it get ratings. And yeah, we'll just grab one of those fellas over here. We're gonna do this. We're gonna say get API v1 ratings, then rateable type is gonna be course, and then the rateable ID is gonna be 1. Models rating find is not a function, okay? Yeah. So that's the problem. Let's fix that. Rating. Yeah. Let's get over here. Let's say find all where. Thank you very much, Leo. Very helpful. I need to create a. Yeah. Okay. Let's get back. No, that's not what I want to get. Ratings. And that's actually strange. I thought that we do have some ratings. So let's see. So this is inaccurate. So wait, so ratings, or maybe my, wait a minute. Yeah, okay, and then let's go over here to courses. Let's inspect. So our course ID is 1. So that's correct. And let's just double check one thing. So if we get over here, it's course, yeah. and lecture enum rateable ID 1. So that's actually fine. Let's actually check what's happening. So if we go to ratings here in our database view, so we have rateable ID 1, rateable type is course. So technically, yeah, we are searching for the right thing. Rateable ID. David, thank you very much, man. Very much appreciated. Thank you for supporting the project, man. Seriously. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot, buddy. The amazing fifth month. Indeed, man. It's so crazy that there are people sticking around here. So grateful for that, man. Seriously. Thanks. Let's just print those two things quickly so we can see actually what we're doing wrong here. We must be doing something wrong, right? 1 and course. So this is actually correct. Oh shit, wait a minute. I think potentially our schema could be wrong, right? Let's take a look at this. So we have params, we have ratings, response, schema. Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, of course. So that's the problem. Jesus Christ, man. Okay. So annoying. Okay. Let's fix that. So this should be basically like this, right? But it should be type array and then items. Yeah, exactly. Okay, good. So now this should give us the ratings. Yes, great. Let's go to our Swagger, right? Oops. Let's go to our Swagger. Let's open this fella up. Let's go over here. Let's go to courses somewhere down here, right? Let's go down. Actually, we want the ratings, right? So which one is it? No, that's not what I wanted. That's actually a bit strange. Sure. But it's this one, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's this one. Okay, great. 3K followers on Twitch. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I think that's okay. The thing is, today I found this guy Shroud on Twitch. I think he plays as Counter-Strike or something, and he had 10 million people following, and he had like 9,000 watching, right? So, so it seems that how many followers you have means nothing almost, right? 10 million followers he has, right? I don't know if it's bots. I don't think so. He seems like a genuine guy. And apparently a good gamer. It's just that 10 million. Can you imagine that? And there's like 9,000 watching. So that ratio in percentage is so low, it kind of saddens me, right? 10 freaking million, man. That's insane. Okay, let's go to the front end now. Yes. Is the only stream that I watch on Twitch. Let's see for how long you watch me. Because I mean, I get it, right? The thing is, right? People kind of, people check out some stuff, they stick a bit, they find something else that interests them, and that's perfectly fine, right? I get that, right? It's how it is, right? I mean, yeah. Now, actually, the only thing that I'm wondering, why even do 2 calls is the question, right? I mean, we could get this in a single call. The question is, do we want to do that, right? That is the question, right? Let me just think here. And also, yeah. Alex coded you. That's mean, man. That's mean. So actually, I just realized that I didn't put a constraint here on this guy that you know, you can only leave a single comment, right? Interesting. So yeah, so actually that's not good, right? So we should be actually setting the author ID, I suppose, right? So let's actually go ahead and check that out, right? So that's not cool, right? So if we go to add rating, right? I guess what we're missing to do here is to add the author ID over here, I think, right? Let's try that again. That's not what I actually wanted. Give me 1 second. So where was it? What did I want to do? Yeah, so ratings. Where is the ratings? Ratings. I just saw them somewhere, man. What's happening? Okay. No, there's no. I don't think that there's Walmart in Europe. No, as far as I remember, there's no Walmart in Europe. No. All right. So okay. So here, model's rating belongs to model user's author. So it is an author ID. Okay, fair enough, right? Okay, so actually what we're gonna do, I mean, we could have, yeah, never mind. So what we're gonna actually do, right, is we're gonna say, all right, so let's go over here. So we're gonna say, well, let's just do some validation here, right? Yeah. So let's try to do something like this. If, so let's say try to do something like this. So const added rating or something like that. Wait models dot rating dot find rateable ID, rateable type author ID, right? So what we want to do, we want to make sure that you can't, right, do, thank you very much Nortex for Dev for the follow. So what we want to make sure is that you can't really leave a rating on the same thing twice, right? That doesn't make sense, right? So what we're gonna do, hey, we're gonna say, all right, that's cool, right? And if this has rated, I don't know, if that's proper grammar, if has rated, right? Then we want to say return. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, okay. So let's get the rating. So now I should technically get an error, right? Yeah, and I keep doing that mistake. Give me 2 seconds. So let's close that up. Where was this crap? We don't need that anymore. So over here, right? So yeah, this should be find all, right? Yeah, so let's try that again. So we should still be able to get them, but I should not be already rated. Okay, good. This is just to ensure that, yeah, you can't leave the rating on the same course twice, right? So let's go ahead to our database view here. Let's nuke all of those fellas, right? And then let's leave a rating, right? That's a bit awkward, isn't it? Already rated. What? Well, no. Okay, so that's not true. That's not so. Let's make sure that, what the hell? Shit, sorry. There should be find one. My bad. Okay, try that again. Okay, we have it. Try to do it again. Yeah, already exists. Cool. Yes, exactly. charx it is, yes. This is kind of my development database here, yes. That's correct, yes. I can pretty much do anything from my VS Code that I want, right? I don't use any other tools except VS Code, right? Because it's all centralized in it pretty much, right? Okay, great. So now I can actually tell you which extension it is. Also, I've recorded a video, by the way, if you care. I mean, it's not a shameless promotion of any kind at all. It's absolutely not. I'm not opening a video in front of everybody in the stream, and I'm not promoting myself at all. Actually, that's a wrong one. But I recorded the video on that. I recently started this YouTube channel as part of this stream, right? So I actually speak a lot about all of my extensions, or most of them, right? Awesome. And then yeah, if you're using Windows, I mean, I only use Windows for streaming here and stuff because of the microphone and all of that stuff. I also recorded my terminal configuration. If you care, give it a shot as well. And it also includes my I've included the link inside of this video to the GitHub repository of this. So if you want the configuration and stuff, yeah. And this is absolutely not a promotion. I mean, I use Mac OS for many years, Jace, at my work, right? So, what I think about Svelte. Let me tell you what I think about Svelte. This is what I think about Svelte. So let me tell you what the problem with Svelte is, right? And I don't know how experienced you are as a developer. What do you do, right? But let me tell you, as we had a couple of streams ago, people ask me a lot about this. So let me show you one thing, what I think about any of those modern things, right? So you see, give me 1 second. Why is my pen? Okay, so let me tell you what I think about Svelte, right? Give me 2 seconds. So maybe 10-15 years ago, right? We used, but let's not even get into it. Let me tell you one thing. This is how you should think about technology. Hear me out. Listen, 10 or 15 years ago, right? We used jQuery, right? We used JavaScript, a bit of Ember.js, Knockout.js, right? So, and this is what happened, right? So this was jQuery here. This was jQuery, right? And then what happened? Then Angular.js came out, and then boom, it was a massive thing. Angular.js came out, Angular 1. And this business value, this jump that happened here was enormous. It was crazy. Everybody switched to Angular almost because it was so much better than this, right? And please hear me out. This is the lesson that can save you, especially if you ever end up working as a tech lead, team lead, CTO. This is the logic you want to apply when you're choosing technology. Listen. So Angular came out, right? And then those bumps from that moment became less significant. Then React.js came out and it kind of got here. And then it was like, okay, actually it makes sense. React adds value. It's efficient, right? But then since those times then Vue.js came out and this line almost became a bit linear, right? Because the value you would now get out of switching was marginal. Because this thing is already amazing and this thing is already amazing, hence any reasonable business person, a leader, is not going to change from React to Vue because this has nicer syntax or it doesn't. So what do I think about Svelte? Well, Svelte is also here. There's nothing that Svelte does. Well, yes, it absolutely does. That's why it's the most popular. Unless you think that you know better than the majority of the world, then you have a problem, right? But in simple words, it absolutely does, yes. React is absolutely amazing because it's simple, it's easy, it's efficient, right? So it's great. So what do I think about Svelte or put any framework X here? It's irrelevant, right? If React is here, until something that gets released is here, nobody cares. No rational, value-driven developer or a leader cares. So until this happens in the industry, until this jQuery here is React, right? And then some bump like this happens, nobody gives a crap about Svelte or anything else. So this is why people are like, oh, why Svelte or Stencil.js or some of those things are not, you know, this or that. Well, they're not this and that because they don't add any concrete value. Why would I switch to Svelte? What for? What does it help me business-wise, team-wise? What exactly is it solving, right? Oh, well, it's nicer syntax, right? I can write this super nice syntax. It's so fast. Oh my god, right? Who cares, man? Like, it doesn't provide sufficient. No company is gonna spend, right? Fast. What do you mean fast? Fast in what way? Give me the benchmarks. How fast? So this is React, this is Svelte. What is fast, right? Give me more context. What do you mean fast? Fast how? So is it 10 times faster than React? 15? But that's not a value, right? You don't go to your CTO, you don't go to a CTO, right, or a team leader and say, let's use a technology because it has a fast compiler, right? So, I mean, the thing is, if you would sit in a room with any reasonable CTO or a tech lead, you would need to provide argumentation why you want to switch to something. A business that has invested, you know, I don't know, $10 million in an application, it's not going to switch to a new technology because it has a compiler that's X% faster. That's not valuable at all. Nobody cares, right? Sure, I mean, I'm not neglecting that what you're saying is true, right? I'm not neglecting anything that you say. I'm just saying that's not valuable, right? You understand what I mean? Nobody cares if it's faster. Faster how much? Is it 10% faster where? What do you mean faster, right? So in a way, right, so we're talking here like adults, right? Not like basement dwellers, right? I get you, don't take me wrong. I mean, I like Svelte, I like Stencil, I like all of these tools. I think all of those tools are amazing. But like I said, right, like I said, until we have, just as I said, we had jQuery here, and then when Angular came out, it was here. It was a clear value. It had better development experience. Yes, I know, it's hard to... Now when we look at Angular 1, it sucks, of course, because now we have, I don't know, React, Vue.js. But until React is here, and then there's something so mind-blowing that it makes businesses switch to it, right? Then nobody cares. Hence, what I think of Svelte is this. I think it's a super nice tool, right? But so is Vue, so is React, so is Angular, so are so many other tools, right? And companies are not gonna choose Svelte because, oh my god, it has a fast compiler. Companies are gonna choose technology because, number one, how easy it is. What is the ecosystem, right? So nobody switches from React or Vue. Okay, that's, I think you're trying now you're being too absolute now, right? We're not talking about that no one in the whole world is not switching to something, right? But I don't think that there are companies out there that have stable React code bases that are saying, we have to switch to Svelte because React sucks. Nobody does that. I would even be super safe to be absolute about it and say, if you are using React and your code base is good and you're switching to anything, or let me rephrase, if you're using any modern tool, Vue.js, Stencil, whatever, Angular, whatever, and if you're switching to anything, you have no idea of business. You have zero idea of business and you should be fired as a tech lead or a CTO. So if you're using right now Stencil, Vue.js, React.js, Angular, Svelte, and you're switching to something else because it's faster, you have no fucking clue about business at all. Zero. And I would literally fire you instantly. So this is how stupid this would be. It's like, oh, let's switch from React to Svelte, and then in a year from that, we're gonna switch to something else. Because in a year, it's like, dude, that's not how business works, man. No sane person makes business decisions like that, right? That's just ridiculous, right? Anyway, it was a bit longer response to Svelte, but that's how it works. So the world, you know, business doesn't reside. Listen, business, I think what most developers, especially junior ones, have to understand is this: business doesn't reside around programming. programming supports business. So programming is literally a side effect of business. So no sane leader makes business decisions in favor of technology. So business comes first, and then technology has to patch. If it was theoretically more fun to... But why does it matter what's more fun to me, right? You cannot expect companies that have spent tens of millions of dollars or euros into a whole ecosystem to switch to something because it's fun, right? When I'm sharing my opinions, I'm sharing them in realistic terms of everyday work. I'm not saying what's fun for me. Am I gonna do a Hello World project? Write some to-do app. That's different. That's actually meaningless to most of you. I'm saying in reality, somebody asked me what I think about Svelte, and I said, what I think about Svelte is what I'm going to think about any modern tool that comes out the next 3 seconds. Probably there's a new framework out already, is that what they bring is not mind-blowing, it's not sufficient, and it doesn't bring business value for teams to switch to it. So no sane CTO is gonna allow their team to switch to Svelte because Svelte has a faster compiler. That's literally like shooting your company in the knee, right? It's like, hey, should we switch to Svelte? Why? It has a faster compiler, okay? Right, so it's kind of ridiculous, right? I mean, I hope that people are not making decisions like that, because those people literally should be fired instantly. What the fuck happened here? Exactly. There you go. I mean, and I didn't pay this guy to jump in. Of course you did, man. Of course you did. Of course you did. And that was a horrible decision. I'm sorry. But whoever made that decision was a horrible decision, right? You always have to think about the value you're getting. It's like if some developer comes to you and say, hey, let's switch to this, you have to ask why, until you have enough of meaningful information and value, right? 8 years ago when I worked at Airtame, I would go to my CTO and I would come with all of those crazy ideas. Hey, why don't we use this? Why don't we use that? Why don't we switch to this technology? And he got fed up with me at one point, right? And he started asking why, right? And more he was asking why, more I would realize how stupid my ideas were, right? Because I would come with those ideas like, why don't we switch to this? Because I was not smart or experienced enough to understand how stupid my ideas sound. It's like, hey, let's switch. Let's throw away years of work, knowledge inside house with those developers, switch to something completely different that people will gonna have to learn from scratch, to a different ecosystem, to a different community. And for what? Well, it's nicer. It's just nicer. Okay, when any of you start your own businesses and when you start hiring people and paying them salaries, let's see how happy you will be if your developer comes to you and say, hey boss, yeah, we spent 3 years and how many millions of salaries building this and this, right? And then yeah, Jesus, man. Well, okay, that's how it is, man. That's how it is. My pleasure, man. It's just realistic, right? I always talk from the standpoint of reality, not what do I like to play with those technologies in my free time, learn new patterns, see how clever they are. Do I appreciate them? Of course, man. I appreciate all of those technologies. I appreciate the people who build them. But until somebody builds something that's truly valuable for business, that jQuery to Angular jump, right? Always draw a little XY axes, right? And say, okay, this is where we are. What is the value moving from this? What is the value, right? And when we, switching from jQuery back in the day from Angular made all the sense. We finally got this pattern-oriented framework. We had dependency injection, we had modules and encapsulation, we had directives, controllers, we had all of that stuff coming from, right? But from that moment and then moving to React, and today, the value that increases with each release of these new toolings is marginal. It's not sufficient. You cannot go to your CTO and say, let's switch to technology because it has a fast compiler, right? That's ridiculous, right? Doesn't make sense. Okay, so going back here, exactly. Probably during this specific talk that I just had, there's at least 60 new frameworks that came out, right? I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, so I guess so I guess we could make this clickable. So when you click on this, we could get a model of some sort or whatever, or even just render them beneath it. So let's kind of try doing that, yeah. So let's kind of go here. Where is it? Yeah. No, that's comments section. Where was that thing? Fluid layout, course details, not course landing page. Yeah. So let's get over here. Okay, so basically, okay, I see. So that's what we're pretty much gonna do, right? So we're gonna make this on click, get ratings or something like that, right? And then, yeah, what we're gonna do? No, that's not what I want to do. But okay, so we're gonna say request.get. And then we're gonna move this into services later on, whatnot, right? Let's actually, it's kind of, yeah. That's a bit, no, that's not what I wanted. Where's my own implementation of that thing? I'm not sure what you mean, Jace. What is the purpose for React? It's just simplicity. You always want to use something, right? It's simple, right? And which is why it's good. That's really all that there is to it, right? So let's say here rateable type, rateable ID, because we made those things generic, right? We made those systems, comment system, rating system, we made them kind of generic so we can plug and play them to any specific features. Hence we're not, yeah, this is not tied to just courses. Const await, beautiful const. What do we want to say? Ratings is equal to that. Let's make this an async thing. So yeah, so let's actually, so this is a generic component, right? So we will actually, let's introduce some local state here. So say, no, so let's say ratings, set ratings, use state, it's going to be empty. Let's actually say here data, let's say response, and then let's say set ratings response. We'll introduce some loading state there, right? And then yeah, and let's move this fella over here, right? And then over there somewhere we're gonna just map through that ratings. Sure. Whatever, man, come on. And then we're gonna say ratings.map, and then I don't know, we'll do something. Let's just, what does the rating have? I guess content or something. So let's say content, and then we're gonna say, I don't know, for now let's just render it, and then I don't remember how I did it in the API, so let's just do that. I see, okay. So this was supposed to be, I see, all right. So yeah, so I'm basically already getting the ratings, right? So that's fine. So we actually, we don't really need to do this, do we? Thank you very much for the follow, appreciate it. So yeah, we actually don't need to be doing even this, right? That's actually quite funny. We just implemented all of this crap for kind of nothing. But maybe we don't actually. So actually, let's optimize the API slightly bit. Thank you very much for the follow. So let's what the heck? Where's my API? Okay, so what we could do technically, right? If we go to get course, we can say, hey, let's not join the actual ratings. Thank you very much for the sub, man. Appreciate it very much. Thank you for supporting this project. Really, really appreciate it. Thanks, man. Thank you very much. I'm happy that that you find this at least to some extent fun. Or well, fun is questionable. Useful, I hope at least. All right. Okay, so yeah, so actually, so no, so this is fine. So I'm not gonna be actually passing those ratings anymore here, right? So that's okay, right? Because like we want to optimize, so we don't maybe. It is very useful. Nice, man. Happy to hear. So we don't want to actually be doing extra joins and stuff. So, you know, what we basically want to do, right, when you go over here to the landing page of a course, it's actually, for some reason, failing. Let's see what's happening. Oh, yeah, exactly. So we now need to fix, obviously, the logic over here because there's really no ratings anymore, right? So we need to... So this is no longer going to be the case, but what we actually need here is going to be a rateable ID, which is going to be the course ID. And then rateable type is going to be something we can hard code because we know that we are now in the context of a course, right? So because just like with the comment feature that I've implemented, right? We also have, it's generic. So you can put this ratings widget and rating system anywhere you want, as long as you support that in the enum in the API. So rateable type and ID. It still kind of doesn't like. I need to disable that sticker thing because I just started playing a bit with this Twitch crap and I just didn't get to it. What course author is? I don't think that we removed that join, did we? No, we didn't. Yeah, I see. Okay, give me 2 seconds. So let's go to the actual router. Get course schema, and what we will actually do, we're gonna get rid of the ratings here, so we're not gonna be returning that anymore. I don't actually know much about Twitch, right? I don't really care about those emojis and stuff, but I think I will. Ratings is required. What the hell? Ah, I see. Okay, let me just fix that. It's probably because of this. Yeah, okay. But I'll take a look at that at one point, like adding those emojis. Apparently, some people actually find them useful to something. Okay, so actually it's already working, so we can see that. Yeah, fuck, that kind of sucks. You know how to use the computer, right? I'm not sure what you mean. I guess I do, but I guess I do, right? Yeah, we actually can't do this. This kind of sucks, right? Yeah, this kind of sucks, right? Because in order to really to show this initially on this page, so to show the star, right? Okay, so let's yeah, let's fall back from that, right? So I guess we might, yeah. All right, well, that's what it is, right? That's how it is. We'll just forget about all of this crap. And then we'll get over here. And then we'll get, what did I want to do? Did I forget something? Nope. Now I should be fine. Let's take a look. That's not what I wanted. Get ratings is not defined. Metardon. Good evening, buddy. Ah, maybe something here. Ah, I see. So yeah, so screw that, and we are implicitly returning that. Okay, so let's just say key is. Whoa, Max! Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it very much. Thank you. So let's first fix this thing. I don't really like this to be an anchor tag. There's really no need for that. And let's leave this just for 2 seconds. Let's just make sure this is rendering now. Is it? Yeah, it is. And then, so yeah, so when we actually, but is there really content? Let me see. Thank you very much, guys, for the follows, subs, and all of that stuff. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Course sections. Where's the lectures? Yeah, actually, no. Where's the comments? Comments. Where's the ratings? Yeah, ratings. Okay. And it's the comment. It's not content. Okay, I see. So if we go back here, this is actually comments. Yeah, and then we can see the comments over here. Okay, so that's fine, right? Yeah. So let's just say here ID, so we can use it as a key. And shit. And let's go and steal some ideas. Let's go to Udemy again. It's just yeah, Max. It's yeah, just seeing people sticking around is pretty awesome, I must admit. Okay, so this is how they do it. So they trim some text and then show more, right? Show less, la la la, whatever. Was this review helpful? We're not gonna be doing that. I see. Okay, so okay, so I have an idea, I guess. Let me just take a look again at what they have. So they're showing this crap all the time, right? They're showing like the stars every single time, I guess. Okay, so cool. I'm just thinking out loud here. So first and foremost, let's move this thing into a React component, right? So we're gonna use our SVGR, and actually in 1 second you guys might. So what we're gonna do, actually, I'm using SVGR, so I'm not using any third-party icon library. I have my own, and I'm using SVGR, right? So let's say star SVG. Let's move this in here. Let's remove that, fill color, that's all great. And then let's run this. Let's go to my front end directory. Let's run my icon process. So we're gonna say build icons, right? And now basically over here, I'm using SVGR to, yeah, indeed. So star, right? So this is, you can see now I imported this star from my own icon library, right? And I'm gonna give it a shit. Gonna do this, so that should be a bit nicer. And now we actually have a star to use in other places, because now apparently we need a star here as well, right? Write a React, write a declarative React JavaScript loop inside the React using array.fill that takes an integer and turns oh wow, actually that's quite interesting. What the fuck? That's crazy, man. I didn't know that. Array count. Okay. Crazy. Okay. Wow. I'm actually ashamed. I always considered myself a JavaScript expert. Spent so many years teaching it. And I didn't know. Or actually, I forgot. I'm pretty sure that I... Yeah, exactly. Anyway, ignore me. I'm just... Yeah, okay. There's no specific reason. No. I just... When I started this front end, I just haven't used it. So, no. There's no specific reason. No. Yeah, okay, so let me just paste this here, adjust it a bit. Okay. So let's actually turn this into a simple utility, right? We can actually put it. Let's set it here locally, right? So let's say stars. We're gonna localize it here, right, for a second. What do we have here? Actually, that's almost fine, right, in a way. Let's say here count. Well, more of a, since it's a React node, right? So it's gonna be like this. Yeah. 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 I think something like this if I have a good idea. I think so, at least. Thank you very much, Dasalim. Jesus Christ. Hi, hey, what bitrate are you using for? Please. I don't actually know, man. Let me help. Let me put it here for you. I don't remember. I have everything at the max, right? Let me see. Stream. Where was it? Output 10,000. So bitrate 8,000 right now. Max bitrate 10,000. I'm just gonna keep this for a second. This is Streamlabs. My pleasure, man. Did you get the screenshot or whatever? Just make sure you get it before I move it back. I have RTX, 3070, so it's doing all the work, right? It's doing all the work. Let me just move this off screen again. Let me make sure that it's... Yeah, that's good. Okay, let's do it. All right. Count is not defined. Fuck you. Okay, this thing here. We forgot to get rid of that. All right, fair enough. Okay, it's good. It's almost good. That's kind of funny. Okay, so we obviously have to... Yeah. The hell did I do here? All right. So we'll need... No, it's just, sometimes when you switch context, your brain needs a second to recalibrate, right? That's the curse of the stream, but also the fun part of it, right? What? Why are they give me 2 seconds. Oh, really? That's not good then. Are you sure? No, but well, I get what you mean, but that's not my intention. My intention is something else. Jesus Christ, wait a minute. I don't want to... Wait a minute. No, that's... Nah. No. That's not what I wanted to do, right? So that's not my intention. That's not what I want to achieve, right? So this thing should map for each given... So wait is this crap? So for each rating is gonna have X stars, right? Wait a minute, where's my database, right? So let's take a look at here. So you see stars 5, right? So it should indeed generate So this should generate 5 stars, right? So this is not related to this loop here, really. So for each loop, this is gonna get the count here, and then this count here. So this should loop, yeah. Oh yeah, this should be outside. Indeed, you're absolutely right. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Yeah, you're 100% right, actually. Yep. No. I see. No, I see what I did. Just it's my bad. My bad for sure. I see. Definitely my bad. Definitely my bad, right? So we need to do something like this. Pretty much what you said, Stormix. Yes, you're absolutely right. And then this crap basically should be here, and we should get rid of this. And then key is going to be index. We don't have to worry about that. Yeah, okay, great. It's complaining about something. And we can get rid of that. I'm not sure why are people so obsessed by TypeScript, and it's a genuine question. Like, why? What is this obsession that people are coming from? It's crazy. It's like almost like someone has. Yeah. Okay. What did I want to do? So let's say flex call gap for. Well, that's an overstatement. Jace. TypeScript doesn't suck. TypeScript is a type system like any other, and it's for sure useful, right? So you can't really. I wouldn't say that it sucks, right? No. We will definitely, Stormix. We will definitely at one point in this project add some type support, right? And it's probably going to be TypeScript. So right. But there's always everything at its own time, right? Right now, it literally tells you where you might be going wrong. Okay. So let's see how those guys are doing it. Okay, so they have they have an author name. Shit. The question is, do we need that? Let me just try one thing. Let me just try one thing. I wonder if it's gonna work though. Shit, where did I go now? Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah. Let's see if that fails. It does. All right. Yeah, exactly. Okay, sure. My bad. Let's try that. Yeah, exactly. All right, good. So we can actually do it. So that's great. It's an extra join, right? And that kind of sucks, obviously, but it's fine, right? So let's get back here. Get course. We need to update the schema now. So essentially, for each rating, which is in here, right now, we're gonna also have an author, right? And do we have some sort of a author? Properties. Yeah, sure. Username. Yeah, avatar. No need. Okay, so we can kind of get rid of this and this. We can just return those 3 things. Let's actually take a look at it now. We should already be getting those. So preview ratings. Yeah, all right, great, super. Now we can also kind of do mimic what those fellas at Udemy are doing, right? So we can show the author name, then the stars beneath it, la la la. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so now we can technically say, all right, give me the author here, and let's do h3 of some sort. Let's say, and we're gonna use this get display name, this utility I wrote, because you know today I allowed that you don't really need to have a first name last name in the whole programmer network, right? So we need to make sure that yeah, we need to make sure that we show the right thing. So we're gonna do the first name. We should actually destructure in here, right? So let's it's okay. So let's just say author first, author dot last name, and username is that username. All right, cool. So we should be showing the names, and here's my name. That's great. We're gonna do the layout over the few of those streams, so obviously this kind of sucks ass still, and that's okay. So let's kind of get back here. Okay, that's okay. Yeah. Yes, something like that, right? Yeah. This course kind of sucks. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Let's give this fella over here some class name. No, not really. Okay, let's go into this component we've built 3 seconds ago. Let's say fill yellow, I guess. I don't know, 400 or something. Let's see how that looks like. Yeah, that looks fine. Yeah, actually we're using that crap here as well. That's fine, right? Yeah, okay. This course kind of sucks. Okay, that's great. Let me actually just let's get over here and let's imagine that some guy was like super pissed, like, oh my god, I paid for the shitty course, I gave 40 bucks, and this guy just keeps telling me that in 5 minutes he's gonna finally get to the point, right, and stuff like that. So let's imagine this asshole gave him 1 star, right? It's like, oh my god, you know, I'm waiting, are you gonna get to the freaking point, dude? And then he writes this angry thing, is like, I want my money back, you know, what is this? He didn't explain every single concept perfectly, you know, and I paid $3 for 16 hours of content, you know. Okay. It would look nice if there was empty stars for the rest of them. I think you're right. I think you're actually absolutely right. I agree with you. I think it would kind of follow some. How do those guys do it? Oh my god, I paid for this course. What is this crap? You know, etc., etc. Okay. Yeah, I think we could do that, right? How would we do that? Give me 2 seconds. I guess something like this. or to say, we could pretty much do it like this, right? I think it's fine. So we do this, right? We can literally do it like this. Who cares, right? There we go, right? Oh, that's fine, I guess. What did I want to do? Let's maybe yeah, I'm doing aliases. Yes, I hate the relative imports, right? So for sure, they're a big part of this project. You can kind of see here, you know, everything looks like one big gigantic library, but this is just my stuff. This is just aliases, right? Okay, this kind of thing is unnecessary. Should be just /utils, right? But it's super much easier than figuring out, oh, where are my icons relative to here? Because you can see this is just my icon library, right? That's inside of my here, right? Inside of my core kind of yeah, aliases are amazing. Yes, it makes everything looks very nice, very nice. What did I want to do here? Yeah, so let's say fill gray like 700 or something. Let me just test that a bit. Yeah, maybe 600. Thank you for the suggestion. 100% agreed. 100% agree. That was a great suggestion. Yeah, that's not too horrible, right? Let's not get carried away too much here, right? We're not yet at the point of necessarily yeah, nailing pixel perfect stuff yet. It's hard to say, Jace, right? My perception, when I build things, I don't think about it that way. Or when I do anything in my life in general, I think about now, what I'm doing now, and then I think about the tomorrow, right? So it's I don't try to evaluate that way because, you know, this is a thing I do on the side from work and wife and kid and all of that. So I would not be very happy if my perception would be based around that, right? I don't impose any constraints on myself. We can finish it tomorrow or in 2 weeks, right? I don't, you know, sooner we finish it the better, but I'm enjoying the process, right? I'm not thinking that way, right? We're gonna finish it when we finish it. That's how it is, right? But for sure we're gonna finish it. That's the difference, right? We will finish it without a question, and that's the only thing I can tell you. We will definitely finish it, right? All right. I guess we no longer need that to have that underline, right? All right, then let me just do one more thing. So let me just go to my API, right? Let's go over here. Where is that at? Create course, nah. Yeah, here. So let me just remove this validation for a second, right? Just so I can smack in a few more, right? Have you ever had other side? Yeah, I had Obi. I had one game development project maybe 12 or 13 years ago in C++. But we failed. It was actually not myself only. It was me and 2 more guys. One was from Vietnam, another one was from Poland, right? We failed because many younger kids today, they fail because we actually started building our tile manager, like our game engine and stuff, and then obviously that was a failure, right? Because it was clear that we don't want to build a game. Because if we wanted to build a game, just like many younger developers today, you know, there's millions of tools that you can pick to build a game, right? So, but there were a few projects past 10 to 15 years, yes, that I tried doing. Leo, sounds good, my friend. Sleep well. Have a good one. Thank you for being around, and I'll catch you up tomorrow in a tomorrow stream. I'll stream tomorrow 9 p.m. Just FYI. failed to create rating. What? 404. Ah, I see. Oh, ooh. Course. No. Yeah. Course 1, I guess. Ratings. Give me 1 second. What the hell is happening? So rateable ID and course. Yeah. Get ratings. Yeah, so we have this one, rateable type course, rateable ID. What are we missing? Where's my swagger? Yeah, rateable type. Ah, what? Post ratings. Ah, okay, my bad. Sure. Rateable ID course. Okay, sorry, my bad. Yeah, that's actually, yeah, a bit annoying. So rateable ID 1, let's say stars 2, stars 3, stars 4, and let's just get back here to the app. So we should see a few of them now, right? Just so we can see how they look like. This course kind of sucks. 222, I agree. This is the guy that was super mad. Why did I pay $40 for this course? $40 for this course? Really? Reported. This is how a classical gamer in one of those games like League of Legends would react. Reported instantly. $40 for this course. All right. You should not do, I mean, many people, you know, I've been coming here now for months building this, right? And a lot of people, right? A lot of people ask me, hey, Alex, how do you manage to come every night after work and family and all of that, right? And it's a simple answer. I want to do it, right? If you're not doing a side project, that probably means that you don't want to do it. And that is perfectly fine. You have a whole life apart aside from work. You can do so many things which are way more fun than writing code after work, right? So don't feel guilty and don't feel obliged that you for some reason have to sit and write code at home, right? You absolutely don't have to. If you want to do a side project, do it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it, right? Don't feel pressured by Twitter gods or some bullshit content creators that you somehow have to code at work. A guy from Mars, good evening. You don't have to do anything, man. So if you feel like doing a project, do it. If you don't feel, even better, man. Even better, right? Who cares, right? Only do it if you feel like doing it. Certainly a million other things in life more fun than writing code at home. Okay. Let me just see, did anyone sign up this stream? Oh yeah, some people have signed up. Nice. Actually, quite a few. Pretty cool. Thank you, guys. I can see that everybody decided not to use their real names. So I basically today, I removed the necessity to write anything. And it seems that it was pretty fine. It seems that most people don't feel like, okay, Nuno did, but he didn't write anything about himself. So good. Okay, so that was nice to see. Cool. Okay, so we have that now. Yeah, right now, basically, yeah. So today I essentially, where's my Discord, right? So today on Discord, right? I wrote, right, that it's no longer mandatory that you provide first, last name, country, and about, because a lot of people would just write some gibberish, and that kinda, yeah, revealed to me that maybe I should just remove those constraints, because it seemed to me that people just don't actually feel like putting all of that stuff, right? Okay, so let's continue a bit more. Yeah, this is kind of blended now with this thing, right? So we'll need a bit of separation and stuff. So this is far from done, but let's just do it one thing at a time, right? So So if we go basically over here, so we'll still, yeah, so this is now a bit disconnected. So I feel that this component should be handling all of the fetching and stuff, but it doesn't matter. For now, it's okay. Let's just say here, rateable ID is course.id, and we're gonna say rateable type is course. And then in here, we're gonna actually implement a way for people to kind of add a comment of some sort, right? Add a rating, right? So I'm gonna say here const add rating, and yeah, here we're gonna have rateable ID, rateable type, and yeah, we're gonna obviously, as always, we're gonna be saying let's just make this an async thing. Let's say await request dot post. Yeah, that's clearly not going to be the endpoint, but whatever it is, API, we want ratings. Yeah. Let's get my Axios, little Axios wrapper that I wrote, imported. And yeah. Let me import my custom hook that I wrote for handling forms. We're going to have initial state, which is going to be content empty. It's going to be, actually, it's not going to be carrying stars, because here you're just going to be updating that thing. So it's going to be, no, it's going to be called comments. Then it's going to be rateable ID. Let's just say null for now, rateable type. It's going to be actually rateable type. So that's, so no, actually, so it's fine, right? So this is good, right? And then we're going to provide schema. That's why I had to build my own use form for this project, is because my form is depending on the actual schema, right? And the AJB schema I'm using, this is in isomorphic way, basically using a JSON schema validation on both my Fastify and stuff. So they're kind of using, not kind of, they are using identical schemas. So let's say here type object. Yeah, actually properties type string. Yes. And if we go to my API, how was it? Or actually, if we go to Swagger. So yeah, we are. So this is the body that we actually expect. So let's grab that. Let's move here, and yeah. So this is kind of what we have to send. Let's just make sure. And actually, yeah, that kind of sucks a bit. So let's, no, it doesn't suck at all, actually. So let's just say, comment, right? So let's say also stars. Let's say 5, for example. Yeah. Okay, cool. And then eventually we're gonna send over here the body, I guess. How did I actually implement this post in here? So that it says, yeah, config body. Okay, I'm gonna say body, and it's gonna be form data. That's my own implementation, but obviously we'll need to call the validator here. So we're gonna say if form. So if, yeah, exactly. Thank you. Thank you very much, Copilot. Valid form. So we'll figure that down in a second. We'll obviously need some sort of form. Where could that be? Let's go over here. So I guess, so if you haven't added a comment already, then we want to show that form somewhere. So I guess this is the reviews. So yeah, I see. That kind of sucks, but that's what it is. Okay. So let's yeah. So over here somewhere we'll say we'll use our own button. Test. Great. Let's say leave a review. Is that how you would say it? Leave a review or something, right? Yeah. Yeah, let's do just a bit of, yeah, that kind of, shit. Okay. No, actually, it's fine. It's okay. It's okay. I'm just talking to myself, but let's hook into our Redux store, into our Redux Toolkit store. So yeah, let's say use selector, and we're gonna say state over here, and we're gonna hook up into some states. Let's say here, yeah, pretty much. But don't we have is logged in, or I guess is authenticated, right? I think we have that. Yeah, we have shit tons of those things. Is there some, yeah, actually here. So that this is what we need, right? So let's kind of take this stuff. Let's smack it in here. Let's destructure it here. And then we obviously want to only show this button if you're authenticated. You cannot leave a review if you're not authenticated, right? So we need to safeguard ourselves against that just so we don't forget. Then when you click this crap, basically, I guess I hate models, right? I'm not a fan of models, but I guess using a model here could be useful, or we can just spawn a form beneath it here, right? Or swap this stuff instead, right? I don't actually know. I guess it doesn't matter much. Let's introduce a bit more state here. So we're gonna say const is create form open. Yeah, let's do something like that. Let's import the use state. I think you can type, I think I added that as a command. Absolutely, man. There you go. My pleasure, George. My pleasure, man. Cool. Yeah, so for the most part, we're good now. Leave a review. Let me go to some of, is this my course? Yeah, how can I leave a review here myself? How do they do it? The hell is this, man? Is this the course I have? Yeah, so how do I leave a rating? Ah, I see. So you choose the stars. That's pretty clever. Yeah. Yeah, I hate those models, right? You hate them as well, right? I think everybody hates models. I guess that's one thing that I think if you would put all of those people who hate themselves today in the world, you know, like Russians, Americans, Chinese, if you put them all under the same table, there's only one thing they would at least agree about, that they all hate models. There's no question about that, right? I think we all hate models. So if we ever want to bring the world together, just bring up the models, and I think everybody's gonna agree. Okay. Exactly. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the follows, guys. I appreciate it. A lot of people follow this stream. It's crazy. And also like 5 or 6 subscribed. Crazy stuff. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for supporting this idea. So set is creating form. Ah, shit. Set is create form open true. And then we're going to have some form here, right? Rating widget. Add rating. Confused. Thank you very much, dude. Appreciate it. And let's do this. Index JSX crap. Same fucking bullshit all the time. Just boilerplate all over the place. Const add rating. I should probably use Yeoman. I remember using Yeoman like 10 years ago. think I should just create a background plugin. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Ah, shit, that's wrong. Yeah. Cool. All right. Yeah, that's kind of shitty name, isn't it? Let's change that a bit. Nah, wait a minute. Yeah, that's maybe better, sure. Yeah, okay, so yeah. Give me 2 seconds about that thing. So yeah, let me see which one is it. It's this one. Give me 1 second. Too many people are asking this, and my pleasure, man. My pleasure. Cheers. Too many people are asking this crap. Wait a minute. Cloudbot, yeah. Where is this, man? I need to learn this shit, this Twitch crap. Modules, times, quotes, polls, bot. Where is it? Alert box. No, it's not that. Commands. Is this? Yeah. Why don't I see the font? Ah. All right, great. So it's this place. Yeah, I keep forgetting. Command. Background. Yeah, background. Let's do it like that, and then response is this, right? I'm sorry, I'm just gonna test it just to see if it already works. Background. Okay, great, perfect, super. Okay, so yeah, we're just boilerplating stuff a bit, preparing for tomorrow's stream because we're not gonna get too much further away with this. It will come for sure, right? I mean, I have no doubts, right? Oh, this is pretty nice that people are chatting here. Thank you very much, Smish Boy. So when you click this button is going to disappear. You should see actually a form, right? So let's actually see. So this should be shown if you're authenticated, and you know is create if this thing isn't shown, and then la la la, right? So right, you go this. Oh, I want to leave a review, and also this should only be shown if you already didn't leave a review, right? So we can also do that here, right? So so let's there's shit tons of states suddenly here. Let me just Okay, let's just say here has I guess so. Yeah, that kind of sucks, but what can we do? Then I guess we can write the expression here. Actually, well, yeah, actually, we don't need a state. I think it's fine. Const has rated is... yeah, that's so nice. That's so nice that this thing actually sometimes helps, right? Something like that, right? Doesn't seem to be working, I think. Let's see. So if it's authenticated and the form isn't open and it hasn't rated. Okay, let's see what's happening. So has rated rating. I know what's happening. We're not actually including the ID in the API. That's what's happening, right? So let's go to the router. Let's go to, nah, not really, no. Yeah, actually, it's over here, right? So, no, it's not. No, sorry, my bad. So let me go here. Get course, right? Yes. Shit, that's not what I wanted. Get course. Where's my schema? Yeah, so schema. Students, course author, ratings. So we go here, and then over here we should have ID. Nah, let's say that it's a string and not an integer. I don't want to be, yeah. So now it will work. So now if I refresh, well, okay, at least I was so self-confidence, super high level. Should reduce that a bit. Okay. Should reduce that slightly bit. Where is it? Has rated. Yeah. So let's print that. What's happening? Let's do that. Let's say rating dot. Oh, never mind. Let's just make sure that we are actually getting this data back. We should be now. So let's inspect this fella over here. Let's say ratings, author ID. Okay, so this is a coercion issue, right? So this is now, now we're comparing a string of 1 to an integer of 1. So this is basically triple equal, right? I'm pretty sure if we would do the old-fashioned JavaScript with double equal, right, that this would end up working. And as you can see, it does. But we don't want to be writing code like that, of course. So we either can coerce this value or convert it explicitly, or we can do something about it. So let's see. So I guess my authenticated user ID is of integer of 1, right? Whatsoever, right? So yeah. So let's actually then go back here and let's say, hey, let's make this an integer instead. And as you can see, basically it's fixed, right? So it was just comparing a number of 1, integer, whole number of 1 to a string of 1, right? So that's good. Okay, good. So let's make sure that that actually worked. So let's go to ratings. Let's remove them all from the database. And yeah, so now if we go here, we should see the button, and we do, and we will not do that in today's stream because I'll need to go in like 3 minutes. I need to go to work tomorrow. Yeah. Let's just put this validation back. Let's add a rating because tomorrow we're gonna finish this form for adding it. So now we're just adding it through that Thunder client, and that's kind of fine, right? So that's where we're gonna. So essentially, it seems to me that next 1 or 2 or 3 streams, unless we just randomly end up doing something else, we're gonna be finalizing the courses, doing the layout, doing those permission role-based things, access things, and then I think maybe sometimes this week we're gonna start with some system access control role permission-based system, and that's gonna be hard, primarily because we'll need to do it in a clever way, because we're gonna need permissions for many things, right? A lot of those upcoming features which are coming, right, we'll need it for them, right? So right now we're building this, but then we're gonna build the projects, then we're gonna, so all of those meetups, companies and organizations, so, you know, you can, I don't know, Node.js committee can come and create an account here, and then they want people to join the Node.js organization. So obviously we're gonna need permissions, we're gonna need roles, and that's really hard to do properly in general. I've done that many times in my career, and every time kind of sucked in one way or the other, right? So that isn't completely easy to do, even though it might appear like that. All right, guys. Well, what is to say? Many of you have joined this stream maybe for the first time, and if so, thank you very much for being here. I stream pretty much almost every evening. Sometimes I randomly skip it if I'm tired from work or kid or wife or whatever. But in general, I think most of the evenings I'm here. So yeah, I'm gonna round up now. I need to go prepare for bed. I need to shower and I need to shave and stuff like that. I need to go to work tomorrow. So I'll catch you guys up, everybody, tomorrow. Please, if you didn't sign up on Programmer Network, I would highly appreciate if you can register. Take 2 seconds. It takes 2 seconds to sign up. And if you want, make sure to join our Discord. That's entirely up to you, of course, like everything else. So sleep well. Have a great one. Thank you for being here. Bass, thank you very much. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. Stay well. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you